Hello everybody, welcome back to another AI video. In this one, we're in Movavi, and I want to show you how this amazing video editing platform can do all sorts of crazy AI things. We're talking about background removal, motion tracking, audio noise reduction, and a whole lot more. It can do all of it, guys, and I'm going to show you all of that and more in this video. Let's go. All right, so the first step is, if you don't have it installed and you haven't used it before, just head over to movavi.com. And you'll note here that I'm on the Mac page, but they have a Mac and a Windows version, and you can download both for free. I'm going to use the Mac one, and I will note up front here, if you're a Mac user, it works great with the new Apple Silicon. So if you've got an older Intel chip or you got the Apple Silicon chip, works great with both. I've gone ahead and just clicked on download for free, and presto, we're on our way.
To get a discount of Movavi, click the URL link in the description of this video.
Anyways, there we go. It's downloaded. Let's open it up and let's start cooking. All right, so we got Movavi Video Editor 24 open, and you're going to see a screen that looks just like this. I'm going to show you some of the basics up front here, and then we're going to skip ahead a little bit and we're going to look at some of the new AI features and functionality. They are absolutely fantastic. I know you shouldn't eat your dessert before dinner, but hey, I'm an adult, so I can technically do whatever I want. Right, Mom? Just kidding. Guys, I'm going to show you all of this. Let's go. All right, the next step's an easy one. We just have to add in our files or add in our footage. So I'm just going to click on Add Files, and then from there, I'm going to select the folder that my footage is in, and I'm going to go ahead and select these 5 completely different videos. They're totally different. Now, to create a sequence, you just have to drag and drop whatever you want onto the timeline. So I've gone ahead and selected all 5 pieces of video, and here we go. On our timeline, if I hit the space bar, you can see here that I've got a boxing match kind of thing going on here. Then I've got some futuristic Back to the Future car type thing, and then I've got a blacksmith hammering, all different types of styles, some lightning, some sea footage, and I'm going to go ahead and show you all sorts of AI and special effects that you could take amazing footage like this. This is great stuff, and we're going to take it to the next level. So I'm going to walk you through it step by step. Let's go. All right, the first thing I'm going to show you is how to remove background here. We've got a nice stock video of a fella doing some blacksmithing, some real manly stuff. After that, look at this. The background is gone. We have removed it, and then finally I added in a new background and I repositioned him so that he's in the bottom right. So we've got a unique background, and the background can be anything. I'm going to show you how to find them. It's going to take us about 60 seconds to do this. Let's go. All right, removing backgrounds is a piece of cake. First step here, you'll see here I've hit the plus here, and then up at the top you'll see project files. Just pull in the project file that you want to remove the background on. In this case, I've got this fella doing some blacksmithing. So let's just do a small snippet because I don't want to bore you with a long calculation. I just want to show you the technique. So we got, what, about 3 seconds here worth of footage? That should do the trick. Let's see what we got. Okay, he's just coming back from the fire there with his metalsmith or blacksmithing stuff. Next step here, down here, you'll see here you've got 3 squares and a plus. It's basically more tools. When you click on that, you get a whole bunch of options, video and audio. I'm going to show you a whole bunch of them. But the first one is obviously background removal. When you do that, you get 2 options, and you'll see it's got the green AI little button there. So if you hover over it, it'll tell you what it's going to do. But here we go. I'm going to go ahead and select precise. You can select quick if you're in a hurry, but I generally go with precise, and it works best. So I'm going to click on remove, and it is going to do all the dirty work in seconds. I'll come back in a few seconds when it's done. All right, look at that. So there we go. We've gone ahead and removed the background, and I slide through it here, and I scrub through it. You'll see here that the background is gone. We're only halfway there, though. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back up here to the plus up here at the top left, and then you'll see here I've got something called backgrounds. Now, I'm going to go ahead and use a background here from the one of these options, but if you want something in particular, I highly recommend clicking on Get More Media. It will pop open the web browser, and you'll be able to go through all of their stuff here on their website. I'm going to go ahead and go back because I've already downloaded a few, but again, that's there for you if you so choose. The one that I'm interested in for this video is camera, because I want to make it look like we've got that VCR look. So I'm going to go ahead and drag this here underneath, and I didn't do it right because that's how I roll. So I'm going to go ahead and move this up here to the top. Let me try and fix that again. Sorry about that. I meant to drag it underneath just like that. Now look at this. When I hit play, we've got this blacksmith here with the background removed, and we've got that cool VCR look in behind it. So there you go. That is the first step. Now I'm going to show you some more cool AI features. All right, the next thing I want to show you is how to add in transitions. It's not necessarily AI doing this, but it's pretty wild and it really adds production value to any video. Now, before I do that, I want to quickly highlight something here on the left side. You'll see this little case with a plus in it. This is the effects pack, and you can go through here and check out all of these different effects packs. So if you have a particular style, if you're looking for something, what I recommend you do is just click on them, click on the pack info. For example, this one here is Universe of Particles Intro Pack. Sounds awesome. I'll click on the info, then I click on intro videos, and bam, here we go. I've got these cool videos. I'm just going to hit the download button and it's going to install those for me. Now, this is for me because I have their big package. If you don't have access to that, you can go ahead and either purchase their larger package, or you can go to their website and take a look and possibly purchase it on a one-by-one basis. Now, with that out of the way, let's get back in and let's start doing some transition. The next step here is under project files. I've only got this one video in right now, so I'm going to grab another video from my Finder. Let's go to my Movavi one here, and in this case, we're going to do this cool, nice water scene here. So now we've got our guy with our hammer, and we've got that cool VCR camcorder look. Now I'm going to drag and drop in some water, and look at that here. Now it's on the timeline. Presto. Now here's the thing though. I want to transition from the hammer to the water. How do I do that? Well, let me show you here. Very simple. We just want to go over here to the left side. Now go up here and you're going to see right here, pardon me, right here, transitions. And it looks like it's using the infinite symbol. When I do that here, of course, there are all these transitions we can choose from. I'm going to select from the free ones, but there are free and there are paid ones, depending on what you're looking for. Flip through the list here. Now, in this case, I'm going to go with something down here a little further. I want to go with this cool little origami type style. I want to add some production value here while at the same time, keeping it easy on my budget. So I'm just going to click on this one here. It's going to show me what the transition looks like. So if you're not sure, just click on it and it gives you a visual preview, which is awesome. And actually, now that I look at it, I kind of like that origami flap style. So let's go ahead and use that one. So I'm going to drag and drop it, and I'm just going to place it right between the two video clips. So if I drag and drop it here, you'll see there, it's been applied. And if we zoom in a little bit here, that's a bit too much of a zoom. I'm going to go ahead, I'll move back out of here. Watch this, we're going to go from the hammer guy to the cool waves. Poof. Origami with the flip. That's all you need to do to add transitions. There are hundreds of them, and they are fantastic, and they require no technical skills. All right, let's get to the next piece. All right, the next thing I want to show you is how to color grade your footage to make great footage look even better. There's two real ways to do it inside Movavi Video Editor, and they are super easy to do. The first one here is I can go up here to these little stars here, and when I do that, you'll see there are effects. And under effects, there's a whole bunch of them, but you'll see color filters and a bunch of other ones. The ones that we want are these color filters. Watch this. Now, this is a nice bluish, cool looking drone shot of a nice Greek beach, it appears. Now, in this case, I want more blues, and maybe I want a little bit more contrast. So in this one, I would go with something like Levitan. Now, there's all of these different ones. You can select whichever one works. I'm just going to grab this one here, and I'm just going to drag it on drop of the footage. And when I do that, presto, it has automatically color graded it and adjusted it. This is the fastest way to do it, but there's also another way where you can dial in the colors yourself if you're so inclined. So I'm going to undo that there. The next way is down here underneath these three squares and the plus sign. Well, if you click on color adjustments, pardon me, we got two options. We've got some presets and we've got manual mode. Now, looking at the presets, I kind of like this one here, Magic Enhance, and this one has that sort of AI feel to it. So look at that. We just dragged and dropped it on here, so the transition is in effect, and then boom, we've got some really nice dark blues here. We've got some more contrast in the sand and in the road there. That is another option, and then I'll undo that, and now here's my favorite one, although it takes a little bit more work, but you'll see. We can go ahead and click on manual mode like I just did there and adjust this ourselves. So if we want something in particular, for example, I want some more blues. I'm going to pull this to the left. I'm going to pull the hue to the right, for example. I just want to get some darker blues in there. Something like that. And I might tint it a little bit, get some purple, or we want some green in there. Now let's go a little bit of a tint, and we'll pull the shadows down. And you'll see here, that as I do this, I'm just adjusting this using these various sliders depending on the look you're going for. I kind of like the bright water there, so I'm going to leave the highlights as is. I generally like a more saturated image, and I generally like higher contrast levels. So something like that. See that? This is all you need to do to color adjust inside Movavi Editor. That's 3 different ways, and it's a piece of cake. Let's now get back into some more AI functionality and features. All right, now we're going back to AI. We're going to remove bad background noise. If you've got a hum, if you've got a train, or you got a whistle, or your dog barks, I'm going to show you how to get rid of it. Watch this. This is the original clip, and then I'm going to show you the fixed clip, and you're going to hear a huge difference. Here's the original piece. All right, I'm recording some footage, but the washing machine drain just went on. Okay, the washing machine drain went on, but here's the thing. It literally went on underneath me. It's so loud. It is deliberately bad because if you can get rid of really bad noises like this one, you can get rid of subtle ones like, maybe your kid screaming in the background, but it's in 2 rooms away. A lot different. Let's go ahead and listen to the revised version here. All right, I'm recording some footage, but the washing machine drain just went on. Now, you can barely hear anything, and this is literally like a worst case scenario. Unless you have a train that goes through your house or right outside your house, you're not going to get too much worse than this. So how did I do it? Well, let me show you. All right, so the first step here is we want to go over to the left side up at the top. Under more tools, you'll see we have video and audio options. In this case, we want to switch to audio, kind of obviously. And then 4th one down, we have noise removal. We can select artificial intelligence, which is what I select 98 out of 100 times, or you can select default and then adjust the noise suppression as you see fit. I generally go with AI because it gets it right almost every single time, but again, you can manually adjust it if you want. I'm going to go ahead now and click on apply. Now, this is going to do most of the work. I'm going to let you listen to it, and then I'm going to show you one minor little touch up to get rid of that click at the beginning. So let's move the playhead to the beginning, hit play, let's see what we got. All right, I'm recording some footage, but the washing machine drain just went on. So you can kind of hear the drain, but it's very, very far away. And again, this is in a worst case scenario. I mean, if you're literally filming on top of your washing machine, it could do the trick. So there you go. So that's the first bit. But listen to the beginning here. All right. You hear that little click? I want to show you how to get rid of that as well. So now, luckily, that's quite easy to do in Movavi here. So let's go ahead and do it. The first step here is I'm going to right-click here, and you'll see when I do that, it says Add Volume Point. I am going to add a point. Then I'm going to add a second volume point, and I'm going to zoom in a bit here. As you can see here, if you need to zoom in, you can use this here. But I'm going to go ahead and zoom way in and show you what's happening here. So I've got these new 2 points. So what's happening is we've got our original point here, and then the new ones that we created. So I'm going to move this point back somewhere around here, and then I'm going to move this point back somewhere, say, around here. Now, this middle point, I'm going to pull it down. I'm also going to pull down the original point a little bit as well, I guess, something like that. And the reason why is we can actually zero out that original audio. So the original click, let's go ahead and listen to this and see if we've got it. All right. Okay, we don't quite have it. So if you don't have it right, don't worry about it. Just move the points along. And I'll move this point maybe to somewhere around here. And then maybe this point to around there. Something like that. Let's try that. All right. Okay, so you hear the point got quieter. Now, again, adjust this as you see fit. I might move this over here, and maybe this one will come down a little bit. And again, we're just testing it out. All right, I'm recording. Okay, so the audio is different there. And because we added those points with right-click, we've combined AI with very, very precise point control to click out and get rid of that background washing machine noise. That's all there is to it, guys. Now, I'm going to show you another cool effect. All right, the next effect I want to show you is motion tracking, and this is especially good for things like stickers and text. And yes, this is also a new AI feature. Now, take a look at this here. Here's the original shot that I've got. I've got this guy playing, a piano out in the middle of a field, as you do. And watch the sticker here. Watch this. Notice how that sticker there is not moving around with the person. It's just in the middle, directly in the center. This, though, is motion tracking, and this is what you can do with one click. Watch this. See how this is moving with the person here? So as he moves in the shot, the sticker goes with them. This is cool. No pun intended, but this works great for both stickers and filters. So let me show you how I do it from scratch. All right, motion tracking is super easy to do in Movavi Video Editor. Here we go. I'm in my project files here up at the top. I'll drag and drop some footage in here as you do. Excellent. Now on the left side here, you're going to see elements. I'm going to click on elements. And then under here up at the top, you'll see stickers. Now, there are so many different stickers and elements you can add in. It's absolutely crazy. I like to go to the Brilliant Idea Pack because I find these to be some of the best ones. And you know what? Let's go with this one. Let's go with this cool sunshiny sunglasses thing. Okay, good. We'll draw with this one here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to click on it. And then it'll slowly, or it'll actually very quickly, it'll download. But then I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop it right onto the timeline. And then something like that. Okay. And then maybe I'll move it closer to the end. And I'll make it a little bit longer. And I'm just pulling on these handles. Now, if I hit play, as you know, this is just kind of bouncing in the middle here. But it is not tracked to anything. It's just right in the middle. It's doing nothing other than its natural little bounce. But here we go. To motion track, super easy. I'm just going to double click on it. And when I do that here, let's move the playhead to the beginning. But when I double click on it, you'll see we get clip editing, and then we get clip, and then we get motion tracking. Now I'm going to leave these as is because I don't want to adjust those. But motion tracking, look at this. We've got a quick one. We've got a precise one if you want to track to a specific point. And then in this case, artificial intelligence, which lets it do its own thing. So let's start off with a quick track here using artificial intelligence. I'll click on track, and it should just take a few, not even a few seconds. That's pretty quick here. I'll come back when it's done. All right, it's done. Now, I haven't touched anything. Let's hit spacebar and play and watch it now. There we go. Loading. Now notice how it's moving left and right, and it's kind of rocking back side to side, and it's moving itself here. Like this is way up top here, and it's just sort of doing it. And you can also just double click on it here, and you can see its movement as you go here. So you can see that it's moving and it's tracking just by the bounding box doing its thing. So that is literally all there is to it for motion tracking. I'm going to quickly show you how to motion track some text though, because this is an incredible feature and it's also super easy to do. All right, adding text and motion tracking it is easy. Let's go here. On the left side, I'm going to click on this T. That stands for title or text. And then bang, we can see here we've got all of these different types of text. There's so many different types. You can take a look through them all. I'm going to go ahead and click on cinematic. And then for this one, let's go with something like this one, the shooter. Okay, this looks pretty cool. I'm going to click on it. You're going to see here that it downloads very quickly. And then this gives you an example of what it looks like. Okay, maybe it's not a perfect fit for this, but I really like this style. So I'm now just going to grab that and drag and drop it right onto the timeline as we do. Now, again, when I hit play, you're going to notice that it does not track. So here it just sits in the middle like it's supposed to. Okay, let's hit play. There it comes. It shows up. It's not moving around. Only the background and the background video is moving. But we want to motion track this a little. So all you got to do here is double click on it again. This time you'll see we've got new preset and motion track it, so we can save this as a preset if we so choose. First thing I like to do though is I'm going to go ahead and click on the text, and then you'll see here that we can not only add text, but we can change what it says. So unlike using a sticker, which has, you know, pre-built text or pre-built images, text you can adjust. So let's go ahead and change this. And I'm going to change this to Curtis, my name, something like that. Okay, easy wheezy. And if you want to change the font, make it bold, etc., you can go down here and adjust them, left align, etc. But we're going to leave that alone because it's nice and simple. Over here, though, motion tracking, you knew we were going here. We get three options. We can go with a quick track, we can go with a precise track, and an artificial intelligence track. Let's go with precise track. Watch this. When I click on this, you're going to see that we get this bounding box with a crosshair in it. This is our motion tracking target. So in this case, maybe I want to track it to the middle of his head, something like that. So this here, our text with the graphic with it, is going to track based on his head. This is, maybe not how I would normally do it, but I want to show you how cool this is and how this is a little different than the standard AI track. I'm just going to go ahead and click on track. Here we go. And then watch what we get. This is crazy. I'll come back when this is done. You'll love it. All right, so it's gone ahead and done its tracking. I'll move the playhead actually to the beginning. And now watch how this bounding box moves and basically tracks to the middle of this guy's head. See that? See how it's wobbling and tracking as he moves? The text moved with him. This is what tracking does. This is awesome. And again, if I move forward like this, you'll see here that it is moving. The bounding box here, these little dash lines here are moving with the individual. And this is motion tracking, and this allows you to really increase the production value of your videos. All right, let's get to the effects store now. All right, and the next thing I want to show you is the effects store. I've shown you all sorts of techniques to remove background noise, to, add in transitions and music and all that good stuff, add in background video, all important things to know. But my favorite thing is the effects store, and here's why. When I click on this here, the effects packs, you'll see here you can go and look through the different ones here. So for example, I really enjoy the dynamic transitions pack and the vivid vlog pack. These are my favorite ones. Actually, vlog titles is quite good too. But take a look at this. If I click on that here, you'll see it says 8 intro videos, 73 different stickers, 36 titles, 4 transitions, all things that we just went over, so you know how to apply them and use them. If we go to the dynamic transitions pack, it gives you 54 different transitions. Good stuff. It gives you exactly what you want. So there you go, an action scene. You'll see here it gives you 131 special effects. Holy smokes. But really what you want to do is you want to click on the effects store. If it says here, click on this, go to the website. This is going to open up a browser just like this. For me, it's Google Chrome. And then you can look at all of them. And the best part about it is you can see exactly what you're getting. So if I go through this here, look at this one here, cutout alphabet pack. So if you're ever, in a ransom situation, look at this. I just click on it and the video is going to load up here. I'll turn the volume off so not to scare you here. And take a look here. This is exactly what you'd get. You'd get this cutout alphabet pack with all these cool 230 hand cut stickers, new videos. Wow. Okay. That's really cool actually. Think about if you're a social media creator, this is instant production value at the highest level. Get different backgrounds. Oh, there you go. You're in a collage background. Yeah, look at that. That's very, very cool. You get some transitions. So here we go. Let's see the transition. Yeah, very cool. Very cool stuff, guys. If you're not sure, maybe that's not the style for you, you can just click back and then maybe education and training. Maybe you're an online teacher like I am, or you do tutorials and you just go through them and here, okay, e-learning set. Let's take a look at this one at the e-learning pack. It opens up and boom, we're going to see what this one's got. And then if you've got it, you can either buy the pack separately or you can get the all-in-one deal where you can have like a big pack or the yearly rate. And again, I've got a 27% off coupon, by the way. So if you do decide to do that, get it all, download it all, use it all. It is fantastic. Look at these titles. Look at these stickers. This is just absolutely fantastic. These transitions are fantastic. This is how you go ahead and change your game. You go from good videos to amazing videos, and you can do it just like this, guys, using the techniques we just talked about. Anyways, there you go, guys. This is Movavi Video Editor 2024. It is fantastic. Highly recommend it. Links in the description below. Give it a crack. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.
Start your free trial or upgrade to a paid plan today or later to enjoy the discount by clicking the URL link in the description of this video. If you like our video, do subscribe, click like, share as the motivation for us to produce more videos.